Pat Doherty, hard to believe that we're at this point again.
It is indeed, and I'm here again to support Michelle Gildernew going forward for the nomination here in this historic constituency of Fermanagh, South Tyrone. It's hard to believe that it was back in 2001 that when we had the grinning of the West, when Michelle first won it and I was elected for the first time in West Tyrone, Mark McGuinness in Mid-Ulster. But here we are again in this historic constituency that Bobby Sands won back in 1981, it's good as we're moving forward to see that as we're selecting our candidates across the 6 counties that there's new young blood, both men and women, coming through. That's good for the party, and it's good for the ongoing project to bring about the reunification of our country. This election is going to be a tough election. My constituency, West Tyrone, is the adjoining one, and we know how tough it is going to be here for Sinn Féin and for Michelle to retain the seats. We only won it by 4 votes the last time. The Unionists will come up with all types of strategies, agreed candidates, unity candidates, but no matter what they come up with, we do have it within our ability, both the party allied with the workers on the ground here in Fermanagh, South Tyrone, to retain this seat for Sinn Féin and Michelle Gildernew.
Michal Kilreevy, TD, the importance of being here tonight and the importance of Michelle being selected.
I was absolutely delighted to be asked here tonight. I've known Michelle for so long, and in Sligo Leitrim we've had such inspiration from people in Fermanagh, people South Tyrone. I remember mentioning here tonight that I was director for Joe MacDonald, Lord Reston, during his election campaign, and the help and the enthusiasm that we got from people in Fermanagh and South Tyrone during that time, and we damn nearly elected them. Now, Fermanagh, South Tyrone are an inspiration to the surrounding counties, no doubt, because when they went out and they elected Bobby Sands, when they went out and they elected Michelle, albeit only by 4 votes, that's how tight it was the last time out, they demonstrated to the surrounding counties, to Sligo, to Leitrim, to all the surrounding counties, exactly what could be done with a good team of people who worked hard, worked honestly. There's no question. If we believe that we want this new republic badly enough, we can get it. And I would put down to Fermanagh, South Tyrone, a lot of the advances that we've made in the 6 and the 26 counties over the past time. It's a crucial election next year, an absolutely crucial election. It looks likely that the UUP, the DUP are going to put forward an agreed candidate. So it's going to boil down to it's a vote for Sinn Féin or it's a vote for Tory cuts. There is no middle road in this constituency next time. But I have no doubt that Michelle Gildernew will be the winner following that, and she'll continue the sterling work that she's doing at the moment.
Michelle Gildernew, gorgeous, hard to believe we're back at this again.
It really is. It's 14 years from the first Westminster Convention that I stood in, and there's been some changes in that time, and I'm very proud and honoured to be asked by the people of Fermanagh South Tyrone to be put before them in a Westminster election again, and please God we don't let them down.
Obviously Tory cuts, economy going to feature very heavily.
Absolutely, and I think there are working class people right across this constituency, nationalist and unionist, who are extremely concerned about the impact Tory cuts are going to have. This is a very, very worrying time for people with families, people on benefits, people with disabilities, working families who are working 2 jobs and still can't afford to pay the bills, and by all accounts it's going to get worse before it gets better. So we really have to send a very strong message to the Tory government that we absolutely reject their policies and that we need to fight and stand up for the people of the North.
Michelle, you must be hugely impressed with the buzz in the hall tonight. Fair to say that the spirit of Bobby Sands is very much alive and well for Fermanagh South Tyrone?
Absolutely. The spirit of Bobby Sands never leaves the mind of these people. People of Fermanagh South Tyrone have been way ahead of us in previous elections, and there is a great atmosphere here tonight. But I'm also mindful of the fact that we're joined in this Westminster election by some fantastic candidates. Cat Seeley, I have to say, would love to see another woman as part of the team. Obviously we've got the sitting MPs in Connor, Pat and Paul, and Francie, but I think there's a great young dynamic of candidates coming through. Chris Hazard's another one. Gareth O'Hara, while he's not that young, he's very dynamic, and I'd be very excited to see Gareth O'Hara doing it in Derry as well. So I really think there is a great buzz. We know that we can't do it on our own. We know the people get behind us, but we also know that people go out and work for us. They do all sorts of things. Bobby Sands said everyone has a part to play. Elections bring out the best in people, and I've had offers of help from some very unusual quarters, because people know that the politics of the past are not going to be the politics of the future, and if they want strong people fighting against Tory policies, they have to come out and vote for and work for Sinn Féin.